Good morning, Ridgewood. We are joined today by our leader of the building, our principal, Dr. Gorman. Dr. Gorman, how you doing?
Good morning. Everything's going great. It's a little
That's great.
quiet
Dr.
here.
Gorman.
Yeah, it's a little quiet here at the school. Usually we have about 2,000 students and teachers here, and there's probably only about a custodial staff of about 20 of us here right now. So it's quiet in the halls.
I'm sure it is. First and foremost, how's your family doing? How's home been right now? What's that look like for you?
I have two kids in college, and they're home right now, and so everybody's getting used to being on top of each other and finding their own little nook in the house. But everything's going pretty well so far. My sophomore daughter's hanging in there too. Everybody seems to put their ear pods in and doing pretty well with their work that they have to do, and everybody's surviving virtually. So it's going well so far.
So how have things been at the school? We can see that you're there now, and just kind of curious. I'm sure a lot of people are that haven't been there. What's going on in the physical building?
Yeah, so I'll walk around a little bit, but just behind me, you can see all the rooms are being. There's notices. They've all been cleaned. They've been taped off. If you can see a little bit down there, so they've all been cleaned 3 different ways. So once they've been sanitized, then they get taped off and cordoned off in that way. So their school is going to be all ready for when everybody returns. As for everything else, it's pretty quiet. Unfortunately, there's nobody in the gym. There's nobody on the field, which I'll show you in a minute. And it's just it almost reminds me a little bit of summer. But overall, everybody's holding on really, really well. Teachers are communicating with us. Students are reaching out to us. We're still sending out tweets. I put out a communication to all the students. Please send us some messages. We get a 30-second or a 1-minute tweet. I'm going to tweet it out to the community and just let them know how people are holding up, or some words of advice or resiliency. So, we're going to just try and stay in touch with everybody virtually right now.
That's great. So, Dr. Gorman, while you're walking us out to the field there, just curious, you're a Ridgewood kid, you're a Ridgewood grad, you've been the leader now and our principal for 7 or 8 years. What's it like in this kind of moment in history, leading the district and being a leader within the community that you grew up in?
Yeah, it definitely is unprecedented. It's just it reminds me, if you go back in history, it reminds me of some of the other things we've had, like say when you walk down by the cafeteria, we have the whole thing about World War II. And it reminds me of the times of how many students were affected back then. Graduation was disrupted, other things were disrupted throughout life back then, but that we survived and we all got through it. And this is just one of those times that we have to make some sacrifices that a lot of former students had to make at different times throughout history, and we're doing it right now. Luckily, we're able to be with our families. Luckily, it's not too intrusive in the sense of like a World War II. But overall, it's going extremely well with our students. From everybody that's been checking in, our guidance counselors and everybody have been saying great things about our students. Great advisors have been checking in on them. So we're weathering the storm. It is unprecedented, but we've been prepared for this. If you think about 7 years ago, we went 1-to-1. And about 3+ years ago, we went to no subs, and so we had the whole environment. So we've been accustomed to this whole type of virtual environment. It's just now that it's been put into hyperspeed and everything. So unfortunately, we've been prepared, but it's worked seamlessly. When I hear stories about other schools or other parts of the country that their education has not been continuing, it's pretty sad to hear that. And for the most part, it's been pretty flawless for us. I don't know if you can see a little bit of the field behind me. It's just, we would have phys ed classes out there right now. After school, we would be having, all our athletics going on. So that's a sad time. There's a lot of sacrifices being made by our students. But overall, I think we're going to be back, hopefully, in not too long of near future.
So and that was going to be my next question, Dr. Gorman, is what are your kind of hopes and thoughts for the future here going forward? And it's great to hear you talk about the 1-to-1 and how prepared we were. I agree with all of that. But obviously, just want to get your thoughts on the future and everything going forward.
So right now we're going to be closed through spring break. So, tentatively we're hoping to maybe reopen right after Easter or after the break and all that kind of stuff. But we're still waiting on our leaders of the land to give us the okay, and that's the governor and the president. So we're still taking this day by day and week by week. I don't want to put out, any kind of definitive date out there right now, but that's what we're shooting for. But I know a lot of the CDC and a lot of other people are still saying that it might be too soon. Until we start seeing the numbers of cases start to decline, I don't think anybody's going to commit to an actual date.
So one of your strengths as a leader is in working with you over the years is definitely you're always cool, calm, and collected. And I can tell even just talking to you today and seeing you walk around the building, your positive spirit and everything is still there. I'm curious, what rattles you? Are you afraid of the heights or snakes, or what rattles you?
I'm afraid when 1,000 students walk out of the school and do a big protest. How's that? Which we had a few years ago. But no, I do have my nightmares in the middle of the night. I jump out of bed, but overall, this is a great community, great student body, great teachers. I don't have any fears here because everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. And everybody's taking everything in stride, and everybody's approaching this whole crisis as well as we have with other crises, very logically and with the right attitude. And so we're doing that again today. And we're getting through this together. Everybody's been working great. There's been a lot of great communication. And I've been getting, honestly, a lot of feedback that is positive from students, from teachers, as well as the community. And we're sharing them out in our weekly communications to everybody.
And then, short shout out, I think, well-deserved to the custodial staff. I know you showed us a little bit about what they were doing with some of those, taping off the doors and the cleaning that they're doing, but I don't know if you want to just give them a quick shout out. I know they've been working really, really hard, and we all appreciate their efforts. And just think,
absolutely. I mean, I have some of them working right now in my office. They're cleaning out the different vents. Every day, like I said, about 20 or plus, almost 30 of them are working on every single room. They have to clean every room 3 times over to get it ready for us. So it's been incredible, but nothing's been slacking off. We had a water leak yesterday. The plumbers were in. They fixed all of that. So no disruption to the school. We have a lot of the maintenance projects continuing to get fixed right now. So it's a great job by them. They're happy to be here. They do miss the kids. In fact, Norm just came in and told me that. Hopefully the kids will get back in the building because they do. They love interacting with the students. But it's a tremendous shout out to everybody. The students have been resilient. But what I'm seeing with these teachers with their lessons is the quality of the education has not dropped off. I've been very impressed with what the teachers and the faculty have been doing, whether it be our healthcare providers or with the different lessons. It's been incredible. I've seen a number of them. They've invited me in their Google Classrooms. They've shared different things with them and the student products. And it's just, it really warms my heart to see that we're able to do this and on a moment's notice. I mean, technically, if you really think about it, we really got this all off, within 3 to 5 days, and flawlessly, in my mind, went to a whole virtual environment for 2,000 kids. If you think about for the whole district, we did it for the 5,500 kids. So I know there's some bumps out there, and I know there's some difficulties with some individuals, but by and large, 5,500 kids are still continuing with their education. That's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. All right, 60 seconds left here. We're going to do a little rapid fire round with you. All right. Coolest place you've ever traveled to?
Turkey.
Favorite midnight snack?
Some kind of chocolate chip cookie.
Favorite movie?
Braveheart.
Who's your hero?
I do love Lincoln, George Washington.
Biggest pet peeve?
Complaints, minuscule, minor complaints that come across that probably could be solved by the individual themselves if they just stop, slow down, and then attempted to solve it themselves.
Favorite sports team?
Giants.
Favorite child?
Got him.
I love them all equally.
All right, Dr. Gorman, we really appreciate not only your leadership, but taking a few minutes here and showing us around the building. And we can't wait to get back with you soon.
No, I think this is awesome what you guys are doing. This is really great. Connecting. It's all about the relationships with our students and the faculty, and for you to continue this virtually is incredible. So I commend all of you guys for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right,
thanks, Dr. Gorman. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Have a good day.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.